Hi everyone, my name is Judelle Snyder and I'm going to be giving you an informative speech about artificial insemination. 10% of our U.S. ranchers use artificial insemination, but 60% of our dairy ranchers use artificial insemination. This is actually a really cool topic and I'm so excited to talk to you about it today. We're going to do a quick review on the pros, the cons, and then I'm going to give you a little summary on how it's done. There are so many different pros to having this done. One is the productivity of your herd. If you're kind of waiting on the bull to make the product for your calves, it could be a couple months that it's getting done. But if you do artificial insemination, you're able to make it so your calving season can be pretty short. So instead of waiting around for all your calves to come, that could take a couple months, you can know that your calving season's only going to be 3 weeks long, or, for 2 to 4 weeks long. So that's one of the big pluses for it. Another one is that it's actually extremely hygienic, and what I mean by that is bulls are actually, they carry around a lot of STDs. Um, and when those STDs from the bulls, they get into the heifer, and then a couple of them will actually get carried down to the calves when they're born. And you can't really sell a calf with an STD. Um, it's, make them skinnier and sick, and it's just not a good sight. And then you have to get rid of that heifer because she's a carrier, and it can get messy. With artificial insemination, it's really clean because all the tools that you use, you have to, sanitize them and keep them clean, and then you're wearing a glove, and so that could be another big pro on it. You're able to keep using your herd bulls. So once they get to a certain age where they're pretty old and most people would just sell them, you're able to keep using them over and over again. Um, but here's a tricky one. This is a pro and a con, is the profit. A lot of people would say that it's not a profit because you're having to pay an artificial insemination tech person to come out and do it, and that can get extremely expensive. However, it can save you money too, because that way you're not having to buy another herd bull. Good herd bulls end up being about $6,000 to $10,000 each, and most ranchers like to buy their bulls in their prime, which is about 3 to 6 years of age. And that's just for a regular ranch bull. If you're trying to get a bull with top-notch genes and just looking great, he can be up to 50 to 60 grand. There's actually quite a few bulls that their offsprings are over 100 grand plus. But those are the ones that we're talking that are in the PBR. And those bulls, most ranchers would not buy those type of bulls for their ranch. But it could get really expensive. So that's a pro and a con, depending on how you look at it. However, if you are a rancher yourself and if you decided to learn how to do artificial insemination, then yes, that could save you a lot of money because you don't have to pay a person to do it. You can buy your own equipment and then just have it there for you, and that could work out. Another con about this is that it's you have to have more management with it. It's not just something where you take your cows out, throw them in the pasture, and say, "Okay, good luck." Like, bulls better be doing your job. This is actually where you have to take the time to bring them in, to collect the semen, and then to inject it yourself into the female. And so that comes as like most people would argue as a con, is you have to have a lot of more management. But the equipment for artificial insemination can cost up to $40,000 if you're wanting to do it yourself. So that's another thing that can be really expensive for it. The way that they do it is pretty interesting actually. So they will take the bull and they put the bull in a chute, and then they have a probe, and it sends out electricity, like electricity's shockwaves. Sorry, that word's hard for me. So they stick the probe up the bull's butt, and then what they do is that they have an artificial vagina, which is pretty much just like a cone that's lubricated on the inside. And once the bull starts to get aroused, they take the artificial vagina, put it on the bull's penis, and then the bull will come. After that, though, they will take the semen from the bull, and you can actually get up to 100 different little tubes that they use for artificial inseminations. So that one time of getting the bull off, you can get 100 different offsprings from it, which is really cool. And they can do this up to 2 to 3 times a week, and each time that they do it a week, they do it 2 to 3 times a day. So it can be a little tricky. A lot of people have their issues on probing a bull, say it's inhumane, but it's really not that bad for them. It's not hurting them. It's not doing any damage to them at all. So, but it's all in all, it's a really cool subject, and I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me, and I hope you enjoyed it.